The importance of a smoke detector is it's your first warning against the fire.
Without a smoke detector, carbon monoxide puts people to sleep, and there's no way that they can wake up.
Smoke inhalation doesn't take very long. A few quick breaths, and you could be in trouble.
A double tragedy from the Bronx.
A brother and sister are dead, the victims of a fatal fire.
They died of smoke inhalation. Those are the words we hear in news reports about fires.
The reason that you have deaths is from smoke inhalation. Smoke is the thing that kills most people in fires.
Right now, we're told that the 2 children probably died of smoke inhalation.
What caused a mobile home fire that killed 3 children this morning. The fire started in the early hours of the morning. 3 managed to escape, but 3 children died from smoke inhalation.
Sometimes firefighters rescue children after they have been overcome by smoke inhalation. In this house, everyone was asleep. No smoke detectors to warn there's a fire. The firefighter who rushed into the burning building found this boy in his upstairs bedroom, overcome by carbon monoxide in the smoke. Carried outside, he received first aid and began to breathe normally. He was taken to a nearby hospital. His life was saved.
This girl was also lucky. She was saved and given oxygen to help her breathe, but it was too late for her brothers.
My little brother, Donovan, and my little brother, William, who was gonna turn 1 in February, he was found dead in my mom's bed.
Smoke in a fire is always dangerous, even a little smoke. People who escape a fire often become ill from inhaling smoke. They may need first aid, and that's why fire victims are given oxygen after they have inhaled smoke.
There are many reasons to stay low and go and avoid putting your head into the smoke.
The smoke burns your eyes so bad that you can't open your eyes to see where you're going.
When you get smoke in your eyes, it burns and itches, your eyes will tear, and you can't open them because it feels like there's dirt.
It burns. It hurts a lot.
Smoke turns a brightly lit room into a totally black room. Getting low will help you see.
Fires are not like you see on the television or in movies. Smoke is very black. Even we can't see. That's why we stay low. So please stay low and help us find you.
When we go into a room that's full of smoke, everything is so black that we have to go down to the floor. We can't see anything.
Another reason to get low and go is the heat. In a fire, smoke gets so hot, it's hotter than boiling water.
You can't breathe. You just can't breathe.
Breathing in smoke is like breathing in fire.
So now you know why firefighters are taught to stay low and crawl under the smoke. And why children are also taught to crawl, because down low, it's cooler and easier to breathe.
Remember, most of us think that smoke is just a bother, which makes us choke or cough a little. We think it can't hurt us. Well, now you know that's not true. In a real fire, smoke is the greatest danger of all.
Not only does smoke in a fire turn everything black, but the fire and smoke uses up all the oxygen in the air you need to breathe. So you must get low and go fast. Smoke can put people into such a deep sleep they can't wake up, and that's what happened to 4 young girls. Inside this home, a family was sound asleep. Father, mother, and 5 children. There were no smoke detectors to warn them their house was on fire. A passing motorist saw the flames and called 911.
One police fire.
Yes, there's a fire, a big fire across the street from Oviedo High School. All right, sir, we're on the way.
Overhead, a news helicopter, taking pictures of firefighters trying to force their way into the home to rescue the 4 trapped children. When firefighters finally managed to enter the burning building, they found 4 little girls, ranging in age from 2 years to 10 years. The 4 children had been overcome by the smoke while they slept.
Unfortunately, every victim, all 4 female children, passed away in the fire from smoke inhalation.
The grown-ups, the mother and father, escaped alive, and so did this 5-year-old boy who tried to wake up his sisters, but he couldn't.
I thought the house was so fun.
He said he tried to wake his little sisters up, but he couldn't get them up, and he ran out the house.
There were no smoke detectors in the house to warn the family and children of the fire.
Every home should have smoke detectors, and you should test them regularly to make sure that they work. If your smoke detectors use batteries, the batteries should also be checked at least twice a year.
This smoke detector didn't go off. The battery was rusted. This smoke detector didn't have a battery, and a boy and girl were hurt. This house had no smoke detectors, and a grandmother and her grandchildren died. This mother cries for her children who were trapped in a fire.
We detected no smoke detectors.
Smoke detectors are very important. They give your family early warning there's a fire, because when people sleep, their noses go to sleep too, and they can't smell the smoke and the gases.
Without a smoke detector, the amount of carbon monoxide that a fire gives off will cause you to be unconscious.
I don't believe that our kids would have survived if there would not have been a smoke alarm that went off.
So now you know the dangers of smoke. Most people are hurt by smoke, not the flames.
If you stand up in the smoke, you're not going to be able to breathe, you're not going to be able to see, your hair and skin could catch on fire.
Smoke has different gases that are poisonous to you and will kill you.
Standing up into the smoke will burn your eyes.
Burns your eyes start to tear up in water, your nose starts to run.
Because of all the little particles that can make your eyes sting and hurt, you won't be able to see.
Smoke turns everything black. If you stand up, you won't be able to see. Get low.
Smoke is very dark. When you enter a fire, you put your hand in front of your face, you can't even see. We were as close as you and I are at this point, and we couldn't see each other.
It's thick black smoke. You can't see anything in front of you. All you can do is feel your way around.
Smoke gets super hot. Down low, it's cooler.
It's incredibly hot. The heat is not to be believed.
You have to crawl because the heat and all the gases from the smoke and fire are at the top of the room. You'd get burned if you were standing up.
If you put your head up into the smoke, it'll burn your skin and your hair and pretty much anything that's exposed.
Smoke travels fast. Closing doors will keep the smoke back.
Smoke travels extremely fast in the fire. It's pushed by the heat of the fire. It will leave one room and jump into the next room in a matter of seconds.
Firefighters have learned what it's like to inhale smoke.
You start to choke and gag. Most people panic, so they breathe in more. That's why if you're ever in a fire, get down low.
If there's a lot of smoke, stay low. That is where your air supply is.
There were 23 people living in this burning building. They all got out without being hurt because they remained calm and knew exactly what to do. This 92-year-old grandma and her daughter were saved by a firefighter.
The older woman was on the floor. I found out later that her daughter had put her on the floor because she heard that the air might be better down there. And they also had the door between the living room and the rest of the apartment closed.
I immediately got her on the floor. She kept saying, I'll never be able to get up if I get down on the floor. I said, get down on the floor, because I knew she had to keep breathing relatively clean air.
There were 3 reasons everyone got out alive.
They had smoke detectors, which gave some of the people early warning. The second thing is when they did discover the fire and the smoke entered their rooms, they stayed low, they crawled to the door, they stayed below the heat and smoke, which was banking down below the ceiling. And the third thing is they followed the directions of the fire department.
So when there is a fire, smoke is dangerous. Do as firefighters do. Get low. Avoid the smoke and heat.
Have an escape plan and fire drills at home. Know what to do immediately. If there's a great deal of smoke, crawl, just like these children are learning to do. And remember,
if you're in a fire and you stood up, you would not be able to see or breathe. You need to get low to the ground and crawl on your hands and knees and get out.
Even though we wear protective equipment and we're trained what to do in a fire, all of our gear can't protect us from the super hot air that a fire causes. Even we stay low. So please, stay low.
Stay calm, stay low, have an escape plan, and get out quickly.
You never, ever want to go back inside.
Don't waste time trying to save anything except yourself.
Never try to firefight yourself. Call the fire department. You get out of the house and leave that to us, the experts.
most people are afraid of fire and don't realize that smoke and poisonous gases are a greater danger. So, if there's a fire, stay low, below the heat, smoke, and gases. Remember, smoke turns a room black, and if you get low, you will be able to see better. Get out quickly and close the doors behind you so the smoke and fire won't spread. And please, check smoke detector batteries at least twice a year. Pick a certain holiday or a birthday as a reminder to make sure that you have a first line of defense against fire.